Yo, what's up? It's your boy. Man, I just got done watching HBOMAX, that documentary 2-part series about Tiger Woods. Part 2 premieres Sunday at 9 p.m., but I was able to watch part 1. I've always been a big fan of Tiger Woods, love the brother, what he meant to the black culture, and this was an amazing first part documentary. Learned a lot about the brother. Of course, he's a phenom, young man with his dad, learning how to play golf since he was like 8 months, swinging clubs. He'd be in his high chair in the garage with his dad, watching his dad hit balls. He was so into it that his mom had to feed him his dinner in the high chair in the garage while his daddy was hitting balls. Daddy was black, part Indian, Green Beret, saved in the U.S. Navy, did 2 terms in Vietnam. His mom was Asian, part Chinese, and mostly Thai. Oh man, this dude went through a lot, man. His dad was a machine. Kind of remind me of Joe Jackson, Michael Jackson's daddy. You know something's great about your son, so you put all your energy and all your hopes and all your dreams into your boy. And having a military background, man, Tiger didn't stand a chance. But the goal was met. Made him the best golfer of all time. But at what cost? Tiger's father, Earl Woods, was a trip, man. Very likable guy. People loved him. He used to always do, golfing on a military base in his spare time. You had to be either active or retired, military to practice golf. And he took his son with him everywhere. And he met a young guy, becoming his best friend later on in life, ended up being his caddy or, playing golf with. And they were buddies. And Tiger seen everything his daddy and buddy did. He had his winter bagel on the golf course, and his dad would be teaching lessons to people. These people he was teaching were young white women, blondes. Yeah, there's a lot of white women and blondes in this review. Well, after they had these lessons, Earl and his buddy would take blonde women into their little winter bagel and, jumping up and down on them, having drinks and cocktails. Tiger seen all of this to the point where Earl didn't even try to hide it. This was ongoing at a young age, so it explains a lot what happens later on in his life. But, in his high school years, he was going to high school. His first girlfriend was Dina. She was blonde, blue-eyed, cute girl. They were together for 3 years, all the way to college. She brought out the humanity in Tiger. They showed a lot of home video of him hanging out at her house with her parents and friends, and Tiger's dancing, act like he's playing the horn. And I'm like, dude, who is this dude? Tiger is off the hook, man. He was so fun to be around. And his girlfriend Dina would explain, when you go to Tiger's house, there was no noise, there was no music. There's a big ass shrine on the wall of Tiger. And, when you have an Asian influence home, it's quiet, kept, and, no nonsense. But when you're hanging out with some fun country white girls, you had playing some music, you're dancing and going to the movies, going out to eat. They went to the bowling alley. He went bowling for the first time. Tiger was having fun. But an incident happened when he was in college where he came home a day early from college. He didn't tell his parents. He went to his girlfriend's house, spent the night. They found out. They did everything but whoop his ass because they were very, very strict. Look, this is not part of the plan. She's going to destroy your life. You're going to mess around and have a baby, and you're going to F all this up, man. I built you. I would not let you destroy this. And you think his daddy was bad? Don't let that little Asian woman fool you. She was worse. She tore Tiger's ass up. They built this Terminator of a golfer. And they made him write a letter to that girl. Hey, the last 3 years have been interesting. I think you've veered me off my path. And as of now, I will never want to speak or see you again. I'm like, that's some cold, hard shit, man. That was some cold shit. And then, he's in the amateurs. He's winning. Is he going to go pro? He finally goes pro. This man tore down barriers. This man was beating the shit out of people by a record margin. Now, I don't like golf. I don't know anything about golf. I don't care for the sport at all. Not even for recreation. Tiger Woods is the only reason I watch golf in the last 20 years. We had a person of color representing our sport that, let's face it, has some racial backgrounds. Augusta didn't allow black people in their club. Very racist. Couldn't stand the color. Couldn't stand the brothership of the blacks. And Tiger Woods had a hard time even trying to act like he was black. He was, made up names to explain his ethnicity. Tiger was messed up. But I still love the dude. He's human. He always appeared on Oprah Winfrey. I mean, dude was a phenom. Got that contract with Nike. He was the next Michael Jordan, except he wore long pants instead of shorts. Dude was dominating all the masters. Like I said, I don't like golf. I don't follow golf, but I learned quickly what he was doing. And he was doing things that was unheard of. He was beating the pants off of people up by, 12 strokes, 15 strokes. I mean, Nicholson, people who was good, he was beating them into submission. He was dating girls along the way. Then he finally met the love of his life, soon to be wife. At first, she wasn't really feeling Tiger. She had to warm up to him. He finally asked her out a couple of times and she finally accepted. And during this time, Tiger's father was battling cancer, man. And he wasn't spending a lot of time with his father. And he had a lot of resentment towards his father because of all the things he was doing with all those women. And you don't realize as a father, you plant a seed in your kid's head by your behavior. And as kids, we love our father, we love our mother. We want to protect our mother. She's a very strong and dedicated woman. She wasn't stupid. She knew what was going on. This black man was dropping off that meat packages to all these white women with blonde hair and blue eyes, man. It was just crazy. It was funny. And all the women that Tiger dated was white women with blonde hair and blue eyes. The apple don't fall too far from the tree, even when you don't know it. Like father, like son. The force was strong with this one in all the bad ways. But he soon then got married. His wife was there during the death of his father. He died at 74 from cancer. She was a good woman. She was a nice elbow piece. She was beautiful. She was very great in front of the camera. She can deal with the fame. She was a bulletproof shield to protect her husband from the world. And they had a great thing. His first tournament after his father's passing, he won. I remember his caddy saying that, Tiger was in a zone of zen and he kicked ass. And the minute he won, he realized, I haven't grieved yet over my father's death. And he broke down, man. He cried and he cried. He grabbed his caddy, shaking, convulsing, man. He let it all out. Then he grabbed his wife. Man, it was emotional. This documentary had me damn near at tears. This kid went through a lot, man. Before he was 2, he was swinging a club. His daddy told him, I built you. I made you. I know. And when Nike had a hold of him and, teaching him how to, be in front of the camera, his daddy got mad. Because they felt like, he was getting jealous because they were teaching him how to be a businessman. And Tiger is a businessman. He had a contract with Buick, Nike, Wheaties, a ton of stuff, man. He became a businessman. And as you get older, you grow apart from your father. He always said that his father was his best friend. And his father said the same thing. And Tiger's my best friend. People thought that was weird because there's a big age gap. Negro, you his daddy. not his best friend. That can get you in trouble. And fame is something else. And one of his good friends said he liked to go scuba diving. And she didn't understand why. Because he said, when I'm down there at the bottom of the ocean, the fish don't know who I am. And they let me be who I am. I'm like, man, that was very poetic. He said it was very quiet down there. There's no noise. There's no media. And I'm like, that was very interesting, man. And Tiger was smooth, man. He put on an extra 20 pounds because he changed his swing. They said, man, are you crazy? You gonna change your swing after all of this? He goes, yep, change his swing, to the point where his caddy was driving. He said, man, pull over right now on the side of the goddamn freeway. He goes, man, he said, turn the car to the side of the freeway and let me get out. I got to practice this brand new swing I got in my head. He couldn't wait till he get home. He couldn't wait till the next day. And all his caddy said, no, man, this motherfucker made me pull over so he can practice his swing on the side of the freeway. Perfected it. Man's bad. He used to wear that red shirt with the Nike and that black hat. Dude was a shark on a golf course, knocking these motherfuckers. I was happy because, again, golf has racial tension behind it for many, many years. And see this black dude go on there and whoop that ass brought joy to my heart that I can't explain. It was wonderful. And again, this documentary is in 2 parts. It ends on a cliffhanger. This woman who sits down with obvious Botox in her lips and some bad makeup job, nice boobs, sits down, she goes, so what do you want me to talk about? I'm like, oh shit. Now we're about to get to the scandal. Well, we got to wait for another week to get that. But man, my first impressions, this was a great documentary. I love Tiger Woods. I love what he stood for the sport. We're all human. We make mistakes. And he did some great things. He made friends with some of the best people in the world. Charles Barkley, Michael Jordan, all came to his wedding. The dude was phenomenal, man. Dude was incredible. But as we build you, we have to tear you down. And you got to wait for that for part 2 of the documentary series of Tiger. Until then, next time, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends, and more importantly, leave your comments down low. And I'm out. And don't trip. If I offend you, that means you don't understand me. But if I inspire you, you will learn to love me. I'm out. Peace. And it's just my point of view.